You decide to go to work. Consequently, they fire you. So you're back at home without pay.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe I got excited. Yeah. Things might have not fallen from my desk. But the point is, KR, you're back in the same position, which is at home, but now you're there without pay.
We are following some breaking news out of suburban Dalton.
And this comes just days after the trustees terminated the deputy police chief. Now the mayor of the village, Tiffany Henyard, has appointed him to a new position. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has reaction on today's announcement.
Good evening. An illegal appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps. Now, it was last Monday that Deputy Dalton Police Chief Lacey was put on administrative leave by the Dalton Village Board. Trustees say he returned to work the next day and was later fired for insubordination. Then today, trustees say they got word that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trustees voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position. Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago. He was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud charges. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors to avoid paying more than $40,000 in a lawsuit settlement.
Tiffany is still city girl mayoring. She's still hot girl summering, but
The summer is up. We're in August. It's
the
almost
summer
done.
is up. The summer is up. So right now, it seems, as you said, one by one, the soldiers around her are falling. The captains around her are falling, and slowly but surely, they will move in until they get the godmother.
Scandals, fraud, and federal investigation has been a thing in Dalton lately. This time, it's not Super Mayor. Super Mayor! Tiffany Henyard, who's in the spotlight, but her ally, former Deputy Police Chief Lacey, who's been indicted on serious charges. We hinted that last week already, but today we're gonna dive a bit deeper. I think Lacey's downfall is it's just the tip of the iceberg. We've been covering the things that are happening in the we're not the only ones, but we've been covering it for a while now. Focusing mainly on Tiffany, but maybe we should look at the people she surrounded herself with also. This is the second person who's been indicted and who's seems to be cooperating with the police, in this case, even the feds, because this is a federal indictment. Lacey's indictment is not just a legal issue. It seems like a reoccurring issue with everyone who's surrounding Tiffany. Let's take a look at one of the cover by the mainstream media. Fair use.
Now the mayor of the village, Tiffany Henyard, has appointed him to a new position. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has reaction on today's announcement.
Good evening. An illegal appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps. Now, it was last Monday that Deputy Dalton Police Chief Lacey was put on administrative leave by the Dalton Village Board. Trustees say he returned to work the next day and was later fired for insubordination. Then today, trustees say they got word that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trust.
Before we proceed with this, you are forced to take leave. You go home.
Yeah,
But
the
you
trustees
can't
are doing
stay.
the right thing. They are doing the right thing by sending you home because you've been indicted.
But instead of just staying your behind at home, you decided it's a good idea to go to work.
Don't get too excited.
I'm just saying.
You're slapping everything around you.
Yeah. But you get to it, you decide to go to work. Consequently, they fire you. So you're back at home without pay.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe I got excited. Yeah. Things might or might have not fallen from my desk. But the point is, KaiR, you're back in the same position, which is at home, but now you're there without pay.
But one thing you have to keep in mind, RJ, is that the pay he's used to have, don't forget they were doing extra numbers. The overtime was crazy. Lori Lightfoot.
He ain't getting anything right now.
Yeah,
that's my
now
point.
he's not getting anything. He gambled and lost. That's obvious. But don't forget, Lori Lightfoot showed everyone that these guys were making more money. I've never heard of that. They were making more money during overtime than they were making as a base salary.
Yeah.
But that tells you a lot. He's like, hey man, I can't miss this. I can't miss this extra. How much? $200 a day I'm making. I have no idea what they were making a day. $600 a day. I have no idea, but I cannot miss this. You know what? I'm gonna gamble, and then, well, he crapped out.
Well, it's either that or he had some evidence laying in the office.
Maybe that. And that's the lawyer in you. That's the
Yeah,
lawyer.
because I'm just saying, why would you go back? So maybe there were things in his desk drawer that were worth getting fired over.
He's getting the evidence that can get him out of this jam.
I mean,
Tiffany is done.
the accusations are pretty severe. So
Yeah, they are.
maybe it can get worse. Who knows?
Let's continue to hear what else they reported on. Fair use.
He's voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position. Trustees Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trustees voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So he's not even getting sworn in. Just give him the job. What are we do? Yo, is she? Let's continue. Man, they need to lock her up, man. This is getting crazy.
Slowly but surely.
You can't be doing. There is a procedure, right? You can't deviate from the procedure because you think you're the boss.
Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago. He was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud.
Yeah, now
The
you're
boss, she's not the boss. The people are the boss because they put her there. The people are the boss.
Can listen what I said? Because you think you're the boss.
Yeah. I'm just elaborating on what this.
Yeah, okay. Because you're right. People don't listen. It goes in one ear and exits the other.
Fraud charges. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors to avoid paying more than $40,000 in a lawsuit settlement.
Well,
So this guy he's indicted for federal bankruptcy fraud. So it's and I have a part so you can give you an idea what kind of person this is. I have a video. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. This we can share. Shout out to him. He's gonna dive a bit deeper into how this guy is doing. This guy, I won't give it all away. Shout out to Pocket Watcher with JC, guys. Great episode about this.
In 1984, I'm presuming this was his first time. I was 1 year old at this time. In 1984, I believe he files for his very first bankruptcy, 1984. Then, in 1988, 4 years, Oh, sorry. All right, let me put my serious face on. 4 years later, he files for bankruptcy again. 1996. 1996, he filed for bankruptcy again. 1997. 1997, again, another personal bankruptcy. 1998. Oh, I'm sorry. 1998, he files for bankruptcy again. 2006,
Man.
another bankruptcy. Now, there's a little time now. Looks like he gets his act together between 2006. So it's 2006, then 2019. Another bankruptcy. And last but not least, 2020. Bankruptcy. Now at this point, I feel like the city of Dalton or the village of Dalton has to understand what's going on in this situation. Because some of you still out there, some of you are still questioning the pocket watcher. You're saying to yourself, yes, well, JT, listen, filing bankruptcy 8 times is ridiculous. We get it. It's ridiculous, right? But what does that have to do about his ability to perform his duties? Great question. Here's my answer. A man who mismanages his own financial situation so poorly that he files for bankruptcy 8 times is a man that could be easily compromised.
Yeah. That
You nailed it
So-
on the head. It's just
yeah. So KR, I am very excited because I I'm already planning 2025 and I have some seminars I want to go to, and there's a big seminar that I'll attend about fraud. And because in my job as an attorney, you need to be able to recognize fraud, right? You don't need to go to any seminar to recognize that this man is a liability.
yeah, one background check is enough. You don't have to dig too deep. I mean,
Yeah.
eight bankruptcies. Come on, man. This is-
People who have financial problems, just like some business owners who let people work, who give the people who work with their money a minimum salary. Yeah, Tiffany. Say her name 3 times and she'll spend your money. I think Tiffany
You
is
and I both.
delusional. There was a meeting last week. It went terrible.
Yeah.
She just, sometimes you think, sometimes when people talk so much crap, you ask yourself, does this person really believe what she's saying? And I think she does. And I think she believes other people believe her too. But before we proceed, hey guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Hit that notification icon.
Yeah, man. Let's start from the top. So, for those who don't know, Tiffany Henyard was elected in 2021 as the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, as the town of Dalton. She quickly basically gained a lot of a reputation for her bold leadership. I mean, she was talking crazy, doing dressing up as Nino Brown, and through that, she also dubbed herself as the super mayor. But with the boldness came also a lot of allegations of corruption. At this point, it seems like these walls are clearly closing in on Tiffany relating to those corruption accusations. All the lavish spending seems to be catching up. And what happens when the ship is sinking? The rats start fleeing the ship. Like I said before, we talked about Lacey last week. He's caught up in a kerfuffle with that fraud case he's in. He's probably gonna tell. He's definitely gonna tell, because that's the only reason why they charged him with that fraud case. And now we have, the trustee and former assistant who is stepping in and throwing Tiffany under the bus. RJ.
Yeah, definitely. I think let me say it like this. If he starts talking, or as I saw a mob documentary one time.
You mean Lewis, right? You're talking about Lewis right now. Lewis.
What?
You're talking about Lewis Lacey. If he starts talking.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait. I don't. What are you saying?
You said if he starts talking. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
You're pointing to Lewis Lacey to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, if the birds start singing, which I think will happen, she's gonna be in more problems. I don't think they need like essential evidence anymore. They just need the slam dunk. And so all other evidence that can help with I think this is going to be a prosecution, is welcome.
Yeah, and what also helps right now, the trustee, Carmen Carlisle, once a close ally, has now stepped forward with explosive allegations accusing Henyard of unethical and predatory behavior aimed at increasing her influence, and also spending all taxpayers' dimes. Hey, it's these claims, we all know that she's been spending after the Lori Lightfoot investigation. It was clear that there's a lot of unexplained spending. 33,000 on Amazon, and these claims are mounting. They are mounting, and there is no way out. And Carlisle's decision to speak up basically came after I think partially probably came after the Lori Lightfoot investigation. I have a video for us to take a look at, to listen to actually, as it's a news report talking about this situation. Fair use.
Politician Tiffany Henyard has lost another key ally. Until recently, Henyard enjoyed near unanimous support on the Thornton Township Board, but now trustee Carmen Carlisle says after trusting Henyard and remaining silent, she will be a whistleblower against Henyard. Carlisle released a statement to WGN that reads in part, "For the past 2 years, Henyard has manipulated employees, vendors, and residents using her position to increase her influence, all while projecting a false image of success funded by the hardworking taxpayers of Thornton Township and the village of Dalton. Henyard shows no accountability or conscience for her actions against employees or taxpayers." Henyard has denied wrongdoing and claims her opponents are out for what she calls clickbait. Tomorrow at 9, tune in for exclusive new reporting on Henyard's spending that she tried to keep secret.
Man, now we're getting gaslighted out here.
Yeah. Yo, I didn't understand what gaslighting was until now. I mean,
you're spending people's money.
So in law, so this is not I'm just gonna make an analogy. So this is an analogy. It's not an ongoing court case. In law, when there's a court case, and you have two parties, of course. Usually, your defense is, if you want to know how extensive your defense should be, or how well supported, how substantiated it should be, you should take a look at what the level of substance that the other party used to substantiate its claim. So if someone is saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you can simply say clickbait. That's not a defense.
Well,
if they're showing numbers, if they're showing statistics, if multiple people are coming forward and testifying or claiming certain things, you can't simply, your defense can't be they hating on a black woman. Your defense can't be it's clickbait. Your defense can be they just jealous. Come on, man. Come on, Tiffany.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Am I wrong? Come on. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Maybe she's aggravated. Maybe
What?
she's next level. She's
Yeah.
next level.
Stay positive, y'all. Stay positive, y'all. This is a spiritual battle.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you all.
I think she
Your
needs
money
an
understand.
exorcism.
Ain't no way. She's gonna pray for everyone in the town.